Fired by an algorithm, the Amazon driver who never got to explain himself. On most mornings, Stephen Normanden's day began long before sunrise. Living in Phoenix, Arizona, he had developed a routine after years of delivering packages through Amazon Flex. Before most people were awake, Stephen would check the app, accept a delivery block, and prepare for another day on the road. After nearly 4 years as a driver, he knew the city well. He knew which neighborhoods were easy to navigate and which apartment complexes could cause delays. He knew how to organize dozens of packages inside his vehicle so every stop could be completed as efficiently as possible. This wasn't just another gig for Stephen. As a military veteran and a man who took pride in hard work, he approached every route with discipline. Before joining Amazon Flex, he had delivered newspapers, pizzas, and driven for ride-sharing services. He understood customer service and understood the importance of showing up every day and getting the job done right. When the pandemic changed the economy, delivery work became even more important. More people were ordering online, and drivers like Stephen became a critical part of getting those packages to customers. For years, everything seemed to be going well. Stephen maintained strong performance ratings and built a reputation as a dependable driver. He believed his work spoke for itself. But behind the scenes, another system was watching. Every delivery, every scan, every delay, and every customer interaction was being recorded and evaluated by Amazon's technology systems. The software tracked performance and measured whether drivers were meeting expectations. Most of the time, that wasn't a problem. Then a series of issues began appearing on Stephen's routes. Some deliveries involved apartment complexes that were locked during early morning hours. Gates wouldn't open, leasing offices were closed, customers didn't answer their phones. Stephen would follow the procedures available to him. He would contact support, attempt to reach customers, and document what had happened. But while he was dealing with real-world obstacles, the system was collecting data. On another occasion, Stephen arrived at an apartment complex where packages were supposed to be delivered through an Amazon locker. When he attempted to complete the delivery, the locker malfunctioned. Instead of a quick stop, he spent roughly half an hour trying to resolve the issue with support. Eventually, he was instructed to return the packages to the station. Later, he noticed that his performance rating had been negatively affected. Stephen believed many of these incidents were beyond his control. Locked gates, inaccessible buildings, broken equipment, and unresponsive customers were realities of the job. Yet the system appeared to view the results differently. Over time, the negative marks accumulated. Then came the morning that changed everything. On October 2, 2020, Stephen woke up around 3 a.m. preparing for another day of deliveries. As he always did, he reached for his phone and attempted to access the Amazon Flex app. It wouldn't let him log in. At first, he thought it was a technical problem. Then he checked his email. There, he found a message informing him that his standing had fallen below Amazon's requirements and that he had been removed from the program. Just like that, after nearly 4 years of deliveries, it was over. There was no meeting, no phone call, no supervisor sitting across a desk, no opportunity to explain what had happened, only an email. For Stephen, the news was devastating. He had spent years building a reputation as a reliable worker. He believed many of the issues that damaged his rating had already been reported and documented. In his view, he was being punished for circumstances he couldn't control. Determined to fight the decision, he filed appeals. He explained the situations involving locked apartment complexes and malfunctioning lockers. He argued that the performance data did not tell the full story. The responses he received felt impersonal. Different names appeared on emails, but many of the replies seemed nearly identical. As days turned into weeks, Stephen struggled to determine whether anyone had truly reviewed his case. Meanwhile, the work he depended on was gone. One of the busiest delivery seasons of the year was approaching, yet he could no longer access the platform. Still, he continued appealing. He pushed his case higher and higher through the company, hoping someone would take a closer look at the circumstances that led to his deactivation. But the decision never changed. His account remained closed. Eventually, Stephen moved on and started a small engine repair business. Yet his experience became part of a much larger conversation about the future of work. For decades, people worried that computers would replace workers. What happened to Stephen highlighted a different possibility. What if computers started replacing managers? Algorithms can process enormous amounts of information. They can track performance, identify patterns, and make decisions at a scale that would be impossible for humans alone. But algorithms don't experience traffic. They don't stand outside locked gates. They don't wait for customers who never answer their phones. And they don't always understand the difference between poor performance and circumstances beyond a worker's control. For Stephen Normandin, the most difficult part wasn't simply losing the job. It was feeling that he never truly had the chance to explain his side of the story. Because when the decision came, it wasn't delivered by a manager. It arrived in an email, and the machine had already made up its mind. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this story, please follow the page. We're a new channel trying to reach more listeners like you, and your support truly helps us grow and continue sharing stories that matter. Don't forget to like and leave a comment. And if you have a story of your own you'd like to share, send it in. Our email is in the pinned comment and description below.